I'm Aiden Gutman. Coming up on today's show, an update on the security breach at Toronto Pearson Airport, a look into the extreme rainfall warning for the GTA, and a night of gaming with Sheridan students. A woman was struck by a vehicle late last night when crossing Dundas Street at Nayagawa Boulevard. Police say the victim suffered serious injuries and required medical attention. The vehicle fled the scene, and the investigation is ongoing. All proceeds from the event go to support Big Brothers Big Sisters of Guelph. It's a charity that helps create life-changing relationships to inspire children to reach their full potential. Even female athletes as a whole doing female sports like soccer, I know they don't get paid as much as the male athletes. In basketball, people don't watch the WNBA as much for some reason. So being a female athlete, why do you think other female athletes are portrayed in a negative way in the media?
I'm here at the Oakville and Milton Humane Society celebrating National Puppy Day. Today's a day that we celebrate the unconditional love that puppies bring into our lives.
In special weather news, early this morning, Wyerton Willie emerged from his burrow to deliver the news Canadians wait all winter for. In front of a large crowd, Willie did not see his shadow, so expect an early spring. American Horror Story is taking a political twist. The show's producer Ryan Murphy revealed today that Season 7 will pull inspiration from the 2016 U.S. presidential election. When asked if there will be a character based on Donald Trump, Murphy simply said, maybe. The untitled season is set to begin shooting in June. A devastating cholera outbreak in Somalia has grown to 25,000 cases this year, and cases of the waterborne illness are expected to double by the end of June. The outbreak has killed 524 people so far this year.
If you feel like adding another member to your family, come on down to the shelter and adopt somebody like Bo today. Back to you, Nicole.
Royal Bank's top boss has weighed in on Canada's housing prices. Chief Executive Dave McKay said he welcomes government intervention in the inflated housing market. Finance Minister Bill Morneau has also expressed concern about the real estate boom. He called for a meeting today with Toronto Mayor John Tory to discuss the issue. Selling prices for all properties in the GTA jumped 33% in the past year. Big changes are in store for Ontario Police following today's release of the Independent Police Oversight Review. Justice Michael Tulloch led the review and recommends that the Special Investigations Unit report publicly on all its investigations. Police officers involved in the death of a civilian will only be identified if they have been charged, but in cases where no charges were laid, detailed accounts should be provided. Tulloch said the agency should have power to lay criminal charges on its own accord. The RCMP has confirmed it spied on the public during 19 criminal investigations last year. This is the first public acknowledgement that the force tracks such data. The RCMP said it used a controversial spy technology to gather the information, and its use is in full compliance with Canadian law. However, some Canadians are not convinced. The halls of Sheridan are turning red to raise awareness for missing and murdered Indigenous women. The annual Red Dress campaign serves as a reminder of the hundreds of lives that have been lost. Canada is investigating these cases through a national inquiry, but activists in the Indigenous community say the violence is ongoing.
For Sheridan students to know this because it really shows the realities that our Indigenous people face today in Canada 2017.
Tensions are high in St. Petersburg after another explosion occurred today, raising concerns about a connection to the deadly bombing that occurred on the metro earlier this week. However, the explosion was not a terrorist attack. It was found to have been caused by building renovations. So far, no one has claimed responsibility for the subway bombing. A man charged with leaving Canada to join a terrorist group will appear in court today. The RCMP says Pamir Hakimzadeh was arrested as part of a national security criminal investigation called Project Sachet. Hakimzadeh allegedly traveled to Turkey in 2014 to join ISIL. He was detained and flown back to Canada after being captured by Turkish authorities. The former Progressive Conservative Prime Minister Brian Mulroney is meeting with the members of the Cabinet Committee on Canada-US relations today. Mulroney will help aid the Liberal government as it deals with the NAFTA renegotiation President Trump promised. Mulroney actually negotiated the original NAFTA between Canada, the United States, and Mexico in the 1990s. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is having a busy day in New York City. He's in the Big Apple today for the annual Women's Summit, while also campaigning for Canada's seat on the United Nations Security Council. He started the day with YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki before meeting with UN's Antonio Guterres. Trudeau has been steadily campaigning for the seat in order to put Canada back into a position of international influence. Chinese President Xi Jinping is in Florida today to speak with President Donald Trump at the Mar-a-Lago summit. The two leaders don't see eye to eye on many aspects of the U.S.-China relationship, arguing in the past over Taiwan, North Korea, the South China Sea, and trade disputes. Many people are protesting outside of Trump's Palm Beach residence to highlight their grievances against the ruling Chinese Communist Party. President Trump said details of the deadly chemical attack in Syria affected him greatly. He condemned the attack and said that it is now up to him to take action.
Babies, little babies, with a chemical gas that is so lethal. People were shocked to hear what gas it was. That crosses many, many lines, beyond a red line, many, many lines.
Syria's president has said the government is not at fault and is instead blaming rebels for the carnage. Trump didn't say how the U.S.'s strategy on Syria could now change, but said he feels a responsibility when it comes to the conflict. Several labor unions in Argentina have called for a national strike. Many streets have been closed, public and private transportation has been put on hold, and all airports have been shut down. Workers claim the main reason for the strike is because of the economic policies from Argentinian President Macri are not working. They are also protesting against recent layoffs and the government's significant role in private industries. That's all for the Sheridan Sun. I'm Aiden Gutman.